Of course. Since Germany welcomes many immigrants and refugees, we embrace a multicultural cuisine. Since there are many with Turkish roots living here, we are huge fans of kebab. Moreover, we enjoy many Asian cuisines, especially Vietnamese, since there is a large Vietnamese community living here. Absolutely. I think it adds color to our lives and taste buds. As I'm a big foodie, I'm always open to trying new cuisines. I've never been very fearful nor picky when it comes to trying new foods. Even sometimes the scariest looking dishes I've tried have ended up being delicious, such as sheep head soup in Peru and tarantula in Cambodia. Since my father is of Turkish descent, where my mother is German, we have always had a fusions of cuisines in my house. Furthermore, my father only eats halal meat, so we would often go to Middle Eastern or Indian restaurants to accommodate this. Moreover, my mother has always had a taste for Asian cuisines, so we have always incorporated Vietnamese, Chinese, Thai, etc. foods into our eating habits as well. Certainly. One of the things I like most about living in Europe is that each country has its own unique cuisine. I really enjoy the waffles, chocolate, and beer from our neighbors Belgium, as well as the one-of-a-kind pierogies from Poland. All in all, I'd have to say that Mediterranean cuisines, especially Greek and Italian, foods are my favorite. There are few things that compare to those fresh ingredients and delicious olives. As Germany welcomes many immigrants into our country, I would say yes, since people have always been exposed to many different types of food. In my experience, I see that all of the people in my circle embrace the unique variety of flavors that we have here in Berlin. To be honest, I don't know anyone who doesn't enjoy a juicy doner kebab. More. Since Germany continues to be one of the most desirable migration destinations in the world, I'm sure that even more foreign cuisines will be introduced into our country. Moreover, I think that the traditional German food may become a fusion with other popular cuisines here. I really look forward to this. I think that multicultural foods bring more culture and richness to a place.
Have you ever tried foreign food? Yeah, of course. Nowadays, I eat foreign food all the time, from Japanese sushi or Vietnamese soup or Western food like hamburgers and pizza. When I was a kid, we used to eat Japanese food every now and again, but nowadays, foreign food is much more accessible, so I eat it much more often. Do you like to try new food? Definitely. I like to check out new restaurants and try exotic and new cuisines. I even try cooking some of it at home if I can learn the recipe. I think it's interesting and fun to check out new flavors, different combinations and ingredients. What kinds of new food have you tried recently? I recently got to try a Spanish paella, which is a big seafood dish with rice. It was really delicious, although it was a little bit salty, and I'd love to try it again if I have the chance. What kinds of foreign food are popular in your country? Definitely Western food like hamburgers, pizzas and French fries, although sushi and ramen from Japan are also quite popular. Do you like any food from the countries near China? Definitely. I love sushi and ramen from Japan. I'm also a big fan of curries from India, and I love pho from Vietnam too.
Do you like any food from country near China? Oh yeah, I love this question because I just tried brand new Nepalese restaurant and found a particular local food called samosa. I would strongly recommend it to you because it's incredibly tasty. It looked a bit like a fried triangle Chinese dumpling, but the fillers inside are curry potatoes and beans, which make it basically distinct to a traditional Chinese dumpling. I swear I've never tried such amazing food before. Trust me, if you go to that restaurant or have a chance to Nepal, try this food and you will never forget it. What kinds of foreign food are popular in your country? The most popular foreign food in China must be the fast food. You can see the fast food restaurants everywhere, like McDonald's and KFC. People go to the fast food restaurants quite often because the food is served quickly. It usually only takes us less than 5 minutes to wait, and 15 minutes to take or finish the whole meal. Thanks to its convenient feature, the fast food restaurants are easy to be found in this high tempo society.
Foreign food. Have you ever tried foreign food? Sure, I've tried some foreign food, like Korean food and Japanese food. I think they're very tasty. Do you like to try new food? Yeah, absolutely. I'm a foodie myself, so I'm really crazy about various cuisines. And that's why I always wanted to try new food from different parts around the world. What kinds of new food have you tried recently? Well, last week I went to a French restaurant and tried goose liver for the very first time in my life. And I think it was really delicate. Do you like any food from the countries near China? Of course, the food from countries near China is really incredible, like Korean food and Thai food. I mean, those foods are really exotic and taste really good. What kinds of foreign food are popular in your country? Well, I think there are many sorts of foreign food that are trendy in China, such as American fast food, Korean food, Thai food, and so on. I mean, their flavors are suitable for Chinese people. But the most popular one is definitely the American fast food, like hamburgers, fried chicken, and French fries. It's very convenient and time saving for people.
Foreign food. Have you ever tried foreign food? Sure, I have tried a plenty kind of foreign food, such as Japanese food, Korean food, American food, and so on. I like foreign food because I think foreign food is very delicious. Do you like to try new food? Actually, yes, and absolutely yes. I like try new food because I think new food can give you new feel. Even sometimes you think the food is very awful, but it's still a experience, and I think it's very interesting. What kind of new food have you tried recently? Oh, let me think. Recently, I have tried Japanese food, raw fish. Yes, because before that, I think raw fish is very scary. But when I taste the raw fish firstly, wow, I think I love that. Raw fish is very wonderful because it's fresh. And I think the raw fish is very delicious for me. So I like the new food I have tried recently.
Okay, so let's have a listen to sample one of the part one topic of foreign food. Here's the question. Have you ever tried foreign food? Here we go.
Of course. Since Germany welcomes many immigrants and refugees, we embrace a multicultural cuisine.
Okay, very advanced vocabulary here. Let's see, we've got immigrants, we've got refugees, we have embrace, and we have multicultural cuisine. All very good words to use. Unless you live in a country that welcomes immigrants and refugees, you're probably not going to use these words. But hey, a lot of countries do have immigrants. And here she uses the word embrace, like to accept, to welcome. Notice cuisine is not cuisines.
Since there are many with Turkish roots living here.
Turkish roots. All right, that's a great way to talk about your ancestry.
We are huge fans of kebab.
Okay, and she talks about specific foreign food.
Moreover, we enjoy many Asian cuisines, especially Vietnamese.
Now, here she does say cuisines. So is the plural of cuisine or cuisines? I would say here she should have said we enjoy a lot of Asian cuisine. Cuisine is like food. Usually food is considered to be uncountable, but sometimes when we talk about specific kinds of foods, we can't say foods. Here, though, it should have been cuisine. If you want to contrast Asian cuisine with, let's see what else we have. What else did you mention? Turkish, right? Okay, so you could say, I'm into two kinds of cuisines, Turkish cuisine and Asian cuisine. In that case, cuisines would be appropriate. Here, I think she should just have said cuisine.
Cuisines, especially Vietnamese, since there's a large Vietnamese community living here.
Do you like to try new food?
Absolutely. I think it adds color to our lives and taste buds.
Taste buds is a great word to use when you're talking about food, the things on your tongue that allow you to taste. As I'm a big foodie, everyone I hear talk says that they're a foodie. I think the word foodie has kind of lost its meaning.
As I'm a big foodie, I'm always open to trying new cuisines. I've never been very fearful nor picky when it comes to trying new foods.
Picky is a word that I think you should use when you talk about food. Fearful, maybe not. Squeamish, I think, would be a better word than fearful. Some people are squeamish about trying new food.
Even sometimes the scariest looking dishes I've tried have ended up being delicious, such as sheep head soup in Peru and tarantula in Cambodia.
Notice again, she's giving specific examples of food that she's tried, and she's using the present perfect tense, I've tried. And then she goes on to talk about these things, which sound pretty terrible to me. How often did you eat foreign food when you were young? Maybe this question would be younger, because some people who take the test are quite young.
Since my father is of Turkish descent,
Now, why did she say descent? Descent.
my mother is German.
Wait. What?
My father is of Turkish descent, where my mother is German.
Whereas, not where. Whereas my mother is German.
We've always had a fusions of cuisines in my house.
Okay, here she's kind of messing up. But then she uses the plural. So we've always had a fusion of cuisines. Here, cuisines would be okay because it's different kinds of food. But if it's there's no S. Fusion. All right, so they combine Turkish and German food.
Cuisines in my house. Furthermore, my father only eats halal meat, so we would often go to Middle Eastern or Indian restaurants to accommodate this.
Accommodate's a good word. Accommodate his needs.
Moreover,
She uses moreover too much.
my mother has always had a taste for Asian cuisines, so we have always incorporated Vietnamese, Chinese, Thai, etc.
As I mentioned before, when you were talking, please don't use the word etc. That is just for writing. Why not just say and so on or and others, something like that.
Foods into our eating habits as well.
Into our eating habits. You can incorporate food into your eating habits, into our diets as well, yeah. Eating habits is like the way that you eat. So we've incorporated Vietnamese, Chinese, and Thai food, as well as others, into our diet. Next question. Do you like any food from countries near yours?
Certainly. One of the things I like most about living in Europe is that each country has its own unique cuisine.
She starts off with a very clear answer. And she doesn't just say because, she goes on to give us more detail about where she lives.
Own unique cuisine. I really enjoy the waffles, chocolate, and beer from our neighbors Belgium, as well as the one-of-a-kind pierogies from Poland. All in all, I'd have to say that Mediterranean cuisines, especially Greek and
So now here she says cuisines again, but she's talking about just one kind of cuisine. So why is there an S there? It should be Mediterranean cuisine.
Italian foods are my favorite. There are few things that
Now here she says foods because she's talking about two different kinds of food. Greek, Italian, foods. Okay. But together is one kind of cuisine.
there are few things that compare to those fresh ingredients and delicious olives.
Okay. A lot of word directly related to food. We've got olives, we've got ingredients. Few things compared to, and I like the grammatical structure here. Few things compared to, and then we have this noun phrase. Grammar is good, vocabulary is good, better than the previous answer. Let's see, next question. Do people in your country like foreign food?
As Germany welcomes many immigrants into our country,
Now wait a second, didn't you already say this? I remember this in the previous answer.
I would say yes, since people have always been exposed to many different types of food. In my experience, I see that all of the people in my circle embrace the unique variety of flavors.
Why didn't she correct this? I think it should be unique, right?
Embrace the unique variety of flavors that we have here in Berlin.
Why is she hesitating so much? I mean, she's just reading.
To be honest, I don't know anyone who doesn't enjoy a juicy doner kebab.
I have no idea what that kind of food is. So what country is this from? That's the only thing I might have add to this answer. Where does this kind of kebab come from? What country? I don't know. Next question. Will people eat more or less foreign food in the future? Okay, sometimes you're asked to predict, like here.
More. Since
Again, very obvious with the answer.
Germany continues to be one of the most desirable migration
Why does she keep on talking about this?
destinations in the
Let's go back to the question. Will people eat more or less foreign food in the future? Well, yeah. I mean, you could talk about the world in general when you get a question like this. You could talk about your city. You could talk about your country, as she's doing here. Problem is, though, she mentioned these points before.
Since Germany continues to be one of the most desirable migration destinations in the world, I'm sure that even more foreign cuisines will be introduced into our country.
Okay, so we have cause and effect. People migrate to Germany. There will be more foreign cuisine there. Here she uses cuisines. I don't know why. It should just be foreign cuisine.
Will be introduced into our country. Moreover, I think that the traditional German food may become a fusion with other popular cuisines.
May become a fusion. Alright, here she's using fusion again. Become a fusion with other popular cuisines here. Okay, here cuisines is right because she's talking about different kinds of food.
Here. I really look forward to this. I think that multicultural foods bring more culture and richness to a place.
Multicultural foods. Here foods is right again because she's talking about different kinds of food. And she's throwing in the adjective multicultural. Pretty good. Let's move on to sample 2. Okay, let's have a listen to sample 2.
Have you ever tried foreign food? Yeah, of course.
Again, with the answer up front.
Nowadays, I eat foreign food all the time, from Japanese sushi or Vietnamese soup or Western food like hamburgers and pizza. When I was a kid, we used to eat Japanese food every now and again, but nowadays, foreign food is much more accessible, so I eat it much more often.
Okay, so he talks about when he was younger without being asked. That's not a big deal. I mean, you can go on and explain why you do what you do, even though there is going to be a later question about this. So yeah, used to talk about the past. And here we have the word accessible. It's not a bad word to use. Easy to get, easy to buy. Let's continue.
Do you like to try new food? Definitely. I like to check out new restaurants and try exotic and new cuisines.
Don't think that check out is a phrase that is less commonly used. Almost everybody uses the word check out.
New cuisines.
Same with exotic. It's not such a great word.
Even try cooking some of it at home if I can learn the recipe.
Now, recipe, I would say, is a word that in my experience not a lot of people use. Recipe is a good word to use.
I think it's interesting and fun to check out new flavors, different combinations and ingredients.
Here we have some better words. Flavors, different combinations. I think you mentioned ingredients before, but these are better words to use.
What kinds of new food have you tried recently?
Notice the tense, present perfect, have tried.
I recently got to try a Spanish paella.
Okay, so here he's using the past tense because he's talking about a specific point in time when this experience happened. Spanish paella. Okay, I don't think that's a word a lot of people are going to use.
Which is a big seafood dish with rice. It was really delicious, although it was a little bit salty, and I'd love to try it again if I have the chance.
Now, hang on a second. Did he say had or did he say have here?
Salty, and I'd love to try it again if I have the chance.
I think it's have, yeah. Otherwise it would have been a mistake. If I have. Okay, so a simple conditional phrase here. If I have the chance. I would love to try it again if I have the chance. Good use of if. If you use these if structures, it's going to help with your grammatical score.
And if I have the chance. What kinds of foreign food are popular in your country? Definitely Western food like hamburgers, pizzas and French fries.
See, there's nothing too special about the vocabulary here. We've got hamburgers, pizzas, French fries. I mean, it's accurate. He's not making mistakes, but it's pretty simple, right?
Although sushi and ramen from Japan are also quite popular.
Sushi, nothing special. Ramen, now that's something different. That's a word you don't hear a lot. The kind of noodle? Whoa, this is a short answer. What kinds of food are popular? Well, okay, so why? Why is Western food popular? Why is ramen popular? Or if you don't want to talk about why, talk about which groups, who likes to eat ramen, who enjoys ramen, who eats pizza, who eats French fries. Expand your answers. This answer is too short.
Do you like any food from the countries near China?
Now, I mentioned before in part 1, they're not going to mention your country's name, but anyway.
Definitely. I love sushi and ramen from Japan.
See, the problem here is he just talked about this. He just mentioned sushi and ramen from Japan, and now he's saying it again.
I'm also a big fan of...
I've also... What?
Love sushi and ramen from Japan. I'm also a big...
Sounds to me like he says I've also, instead of I'm also.
Fan of curries from India.
There we go, something new.
And I love pho from Vietnam too.
Again, the answer is too short. What do you like about the curries from India? What do you like about the pho from Vietnam? Maybe the examiner is not familiar with these kinds of food. And even if the examiner is familiar with the food, it doesn't matter. They want to hear you talk. So talk about the curry. Talk about the pho. Let's move on to sample 3. Okay, here we go with sample 3.
Do you like any food from country near China?
There should be countries, and as I mentioned before, in part 1, they're not going to mention the name of your country. Okay, I'm just saying that again, because this question is not right.
Oh yeah, I love this question because I just tried brand new Nepalese restaurant.
Now, restaurants are countable, so there's got to be a brand new Nepalese restaurant. Good on her for getting the adjective Nepalese right.
Found a particular local food called samosa.
Whoa, but now I don't understand what she's saying. I found particular local food. I found a particular local food. I guess the is missing. That's what makes it so weird.
Restaurant. I found a particular local food called samosa. I would strongly recommend it to you.
Okay, so her accent makes it sound like when she talks, she clips her words a lot. It's very clipped.
Called samosa. I would strongly recommend
Like I would. There's no D. Where's the D? I would.
it to you because it's incredibly tasty.
Incredibly. Instead of incredibly. She has a problem with her vowels, but I guess would. That's not a vowel problem. She doesn't say all the sounds properly.
It looked big like a fried triangle.
What is she saying here? That's not big. It's gotta be bit, right?
Really tasty. It looked big like.
Oh, I guess it's bit, not big. That would make more sense. Again, the is missing. It looked a bit like a fried triangle.
Really tasty. It looked big like a fried triangle Chinese dumpling, but the fillers inside are curry potatoes and.
Okay, I don't know what she's saying now. I think this word is filling, not feelers. Because what you put inside a dumpling is the filling, not feelers. And also filling is not countable, so this should be is. So the filling is, or the filling consists of curry.
Inside are curry potatoes and beans.
Okay, the filling consists of curry, potatoes, and beans.
Which make it basically distinct to
Which makes it.
traditional Chinese dumpling.
We can't say distinct to, which makes it distinct from a traditional Chinese dumpling. The preposition for distinct is from, which, or I mean, you could say which makes it distinct from a traditional Chinese dumpling, or you could say which sets it apart from a traditional Chinese dumpling. If I'm talking about food, maybe I would say which sets it apart from a traditional Chinese dumpling.
I swear I've never tried such amazing food before.
Okay, so here she uses the past perfect tense correctly. Because one thing, the trying of the food happened before the other thing. She never tried this food before.
Trust me, if you go to that restaurant or have a chance to Nepal, try this food.
Or have a chance to Nepal. There seems to be a word missing here. Or have the chance to go to Nepal.
Chance to Nepal, try this food, and you will never forget it.
Okay, so answer is a bit long. It comes in at about 45 seconds, but okay.
What kinds of foreign food are popular in your country?
Notice she doesn't say China now.
The most popular foreign food in China must be the fast food.
There's no the, because we're talking about fast food in general, no the.
You can see the fast food restaurants everywhere,
Again, no the.
like McDonald's and KFC. People go to the fast food restaurants quite often.
It's not often, it's often. Often.
Because the food is served quickly. It usually only takes
It usually.
us less than 5 minutes to wait.
It takes us less than 5 minutes to wait. It doesn't take you 5 minutes to wait. It takes you 5 minutes to be served, or it takes you 5 minutes to get your food. This is very odd. This is not right.
And 15 minutes to take or finish the whole meal.
I don't know what she means by taking the meal. And 15 minutes,
And 15 minutes to take or finish the whole meal.
take or finish the whole meal. I don't know what it means to take the... Is it like takeaway? If this is takeaway, why does it take 15 minutes to get out of the restaurant? I don't understand.
Take or finish the whole meal. Thanks to its convenient feature,
No, it's not a convenient feature. So thanks to its convenience, use the noun here. Thanks to its convenience, fast food restaurants.
Fast food restaurants are easy to be found.
Easy to be found. They're easy to be found. Why don't you say they're common? Okay, so thanks to their, because this is restaurants, so their, not its. Thanks to their convenience, fast food. I can't talk. Thanks to their convenience, fast food restaurants are common in.
Easy to be found in this high-tempo society.
It's not high tempo. Tempo is like a beat. The beat cannot be high. It can be fast. But anyway, this is not the right word. It should be fast-paced society. Fast-paced society. Not tempo. Tempo is like for music. Alright, let's go on and listen to sample 4.
Foreign food. Have you ever tried foreign food? Sure, I've tried some foreign food.
It's not food. It's food. Food.
Like Korean food and Japanese food. I think they're very tasty.
That is a very short answer. Okay, so what kinds of Korean food have you tried? What kinds of Japanese food rather have you tried? And when you say tasty, in what sense are they tasty?
Do you like to try new food? Yeah, absolutely. I'm a foodie myself.
Yeah, everyone thinks they're a foodie. That word has lost all meaning.
So I'm really crazy about various cuisines.
Okay, here cuisines I guess is okay because he's talking about all the different kinds of food.
And that's why I always wanted to try new food from different parts around the world.
Different parts around the world. Okay, it's accurate but simple.
What kinds of new food have you tried recently? Well, last week I went to a French restaurant and tried goose
Last week, well, this should be in the past tense, right?
liver for the very first time in my life. And I think it was really delicate.
Yeah, just the way that he pronounces the word delicate. It's like syllable by syllable. Yeah, to get a good pronunciation score, you've got to get more flow into your speech so it sounds more connected, really delicate, not delicate, not syllable by syllable.
Do you like any food from the countries near China?
I'm not going to say it again.
Of course, the food from countries near China is really incredible. Like Korean food and Thai food. I mean, those foods are really exotic.
Okay, so here food's okay because he's talking about two different kinds of food.
And taste really good.
Again, accurate but simple and short. Is there any particular Korean food that you enjoy? Is there any particular Thai food that you enjoy? And why are they exotic, by the way? They're right next to you. Korean food. It's not exotic if you're living in China. It's right next door. It's not exotic at all.
What kinds of foreign food are popular in...
Whoa, there's a word missing here. It's foreign. What kinds of foreign food are popular in your country? There we go. Let's try that again.
What kinds of foreign food are popular in your country? Well, I think there are many sorts of foreign food that are trendy in China.
Okay, so he's trying to use a word that's different from the word in the question. It says popular in the question. He's going with trendy. Okay. I mean, I don't know if I would call a particular kind of food trendy. I would call a habit trendy. I would call fashion trendy. I would call places trendy. Foods. I wouldn't say it's wrong, but you don't often hear people talk about food as being trendy. Just go with the word popular. What's wrong with popular? This is not like IELTS writing. You don't need to change the words from the question.
Many sorts of foreign food that are trendy in China, such as American fast food, Korean food, Thai food.
Oh, there should be a comma there. Okay, now he's just mentioning food. He's got the adjectives right. American, Korean, Thai. That's good. He doesn't say etc. That's also good. He says and so on. Now let's see if you can expand on this answer.
I mean, their flavors are suitable for Chinese people.
Their flavors are suitable for Chinese people. I don't know what that means. I mean, I know what it means, but it's not the right way to say it. Their flavors are really a hit among Chinese people. Their flavors are really a hit among Chinese people.
But the most popular one is definitely the American fast food.
Did he say the here?
But the most popular one is definitely the American fast food.
Yeah, I don't know why I said the.
Like hamburgers, fried chicken,
Fried chicken is American fast food. Interesting.
French fries. You know, it's very convenient and time-saving for people.
Good grief, what am I doing here? Where's the time? It is time-saving. You can't say it is time-saving. It's very convenient and it saves time. I know this looks right maybe to a lot of people, but you can't say it is time-saving. You can say it's a time-saving device. It's a time-saving feature. But you cannot say it is time-saving. After time-saving, we need a noun. And here there's no noun. So it's really convenient and it saves a lot of time for who?
Time-saving for people.
Oh, for people. Okay, so it saves people a lot of time. Or you can say it's a real time saver. It's a time saver. But as an adjective form, you've got to put a noun there. There's no noun after that. All right, let's move on to sample 5.
Foreign food. Have you ever tried foreign food? Sure, I have tried a plenty
There's no I've tried plenty kind of.
of foreign food.
Plenty and kind don't go together. I mean, you could say I've tried plenty of foreign food. That's okay. But plenty and kind, no. I've tried various kinds of foreign food. Okay.
Such as Japanese food, Korean food, American food, and so on.
Oh, good grief. So on. Brilliant. Okay, here we go. And so on.
I like foreign food because I think foreign food is very delicious.
When I hear this sentence, in my mind, what I think is 5. I like foreign food because I think foreign food is very delicious. That is the kind of sentence that a Band 5 candidate might say.
Do you like to try new food? Actually, yeah.
Oh, good grief. More mistakes. Actually, yes. Okay, take 2.
Actually, yes. And absolutely yes.
What does this mean? Actually, yes, and absolutely yes. Why actually? Because I think a lot of people like to try new food. This is not a surprise. And why are you saying these two things together? Absolutely yes, actually yes. Choose one. And actually is not the right one to choose.
And absolutely yes. I like try new
I like to try.
food because I think new
I think she's trying to say think, but it comes out as say. Well, maybe she does mean to say,
try new food because I think new
but it's got to be think. It can't be say.
food can give you new feel.
New feel. I don't know. Feel is not a noun. So this has to be feeling, can give you a new feeling. But to say that food gives you a feeling, I mean, maybe, but if it's like a burning feeling in your throat, I guess that's a feeling. Trying new food is a new experience. Why not say that? Trying new food is a new experience.
Even sometimes you
And the even here is not in the right place. Even sometimes you think, even though Oh, okay. Even though sometimes you might think. Even though sometimes you might think the food is very.
Think the food is very awful, but it's still a experience.
Okay, this is the right word, but it should be an experience. So experience is right. Feel is not the right word to use. And why does her voice go up on experience?
But it's still a experience,
Experience. Why does it go up?
and I think it's very interesting.
I think it's very interesting. There are many, many words you can use to describe new food, but interesting.
What kind of new food have you tried recently? Oh, let me think.
Again, why does her voice go up? And again, think doesn't come out right. It sounds like sank to me. Let me sank.
Oh, let me think.
Okay, two problems. Pronunciation of the actual word and also the rising intonation. Why is her voice always rising?
Recently, I have tried Japanese food, raw fish.
Raw, not raw fish.
Yes,
And why is there a yes here?
because before that,
Whoa, this is my mistake. Again, good grief. Yeah, that came out as that instead of that. Before that.
fish, yes, because before that, I think raw fish is very scary.
Scare is a verb. Before that, I thought. So before eating the raw fish, I thought raw fish was very scary. Not scare, scary.
Very scared. But when I taste the raw fish,
The raw.
firstly,
Firstly is not the right word. I don't know why firstly is here at all. Even if it's a first, it doesn't make sense. So just when I tasted the raw fish, no firstly. Or maybe she means, oh, maybe the firstly comes with this phrase here. Oh, I see. Okay. So when I tasted the raw fish, first I thought.
wow, I think I love that.
First I thought, I love that. But if you're going to say first, then what comes after that? So, wow, I thought I love it. And then what? After that, I hated it? Firstly here doesn't make sense. First doesn't make sense either. Because you only say first if there's a second. And here there's no second.
Firstly, wow, I think I love that. Raw fish is very wonderful because
Raw fish is something. I don't know what it is. What is it?
raw fish is very wonderful
Ventful. Don't know.
because it's fresh. And I think the raw fish is very
I think.
delicious for me.
What?
Raw fish is very delicious for me.
Oh, good grief. Not dangerous. Delicious. Okay, if you're going to say delicious, just say delicious. It's not delicious for me. If it's delicious, not just for you. So I think raw fish is very delicious. Let's leave out the for me.
So I like the new food.
There's no. Oh, here actually the is right because she said the rather. Here the is correct because she's talking about the specific food that she ate. So the, yes.
New food I have tried recently. Foreign food.
Maybe not the strongest response I've ever heard.